It is time now that we turn our attention to another great city in Volusia County. It's my own backyard. We are going to focus this morning on the city of Port Orange. We have got a very full studio this morning as well. Joining us right now, Port Orange City Manager Jake Johansson. Good morning to you.
How are you?
Doing very well. We have got a full studio this morning. It's going to be a great show and plenty to talk about.
Absolutely. I got Chief Grimaldi here. The Chief of Police is with me. We're going to chat with you for a few minutes, and then I'm going to turn you over to Christine and Jennifer from the Port Orange Family Trust to talk about the Spring Family Days that's coming.
Always so much to do in Port Orange. It really is a community that embraces family activities, and there's a lot going on. And one of the things that has kind of made the news headlines pretty much everywhere, but certainly here in Volusia County, let's talk for just a minute about the panhandling issue, because I know really our neighbors to the north experience that on a much different level than in Port Orange, but I like that Port Orange is being proactive to make sure it doesn't become that sort of issue for us here.
You bet, Amy. I'll tell you, the Port Orange has always had laws, state statutes, and ordinances in place that protect not just panhandlers, but all people. We want everybody to be safe, and I'll let Chief get into the details. But we've had these ordinances and the state laws in place for quite a long time. And I think the difference is, and what Chief's doing a good job in, is enforcing these laws and ordinances so they don't get out of hand. And the other thing, when it comes particularly to panhandling, we have to educate our public. As you're well aware, if you don't feed the bears won't come. If you don't feed the cats won't come. But if you keep on feeding them, more will come. So I'll pass it over to Chief and let you know a little bit about some of the things we're doing to curtail this kind of activity in our town.
All right, that sounds good. So we have got the Port Orange Chief of Police here to give us a little bit more insight about some of those proactive measures that they're taking and how community members can help in this effort. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us this morning. Cozy, right on up to that microphone. And I know, again, it's not the kind of issue in Port Orange that our friends in Daytona experience, but we don't want it to become that either.
Correct. Yeah. Daytona is its own different situation there. They have many tourists and such coming in, and so it's very hard. It's more difficult, I think, for them to control. Certainly in Port Orange, what we want to do is we want to kind of get ahead of the curve. As you said, we want to be proactive so it does not turn into a problem. The way we're looking at it, and as Jake had mentioned earlier, there are certain laws on the books. So in other words, people are not allowed to walk in through traffic, and whether it's to collect donations or to do anything within the traffic, that's a danger for them, and it's a danger for the motorists as well. So we're trying to approach it from that safety side. But what we're really looking at this issue or this problem is there's two sides to the equation. One side of the equation is the panhandler, him or herself, and that's traditionally where everybody's been attacking and using their resources to. The other side of that equation is the people donating, the people giving. And so what we want to do is we want to educate our public and explain to them about giving. We're not against our citizens providing and giving, but give to the right agencies, the right charities that can provide that assistance to a person who needs assistance.
So handing just a few dollars to somebody that's panhandling in a parking lot is not the way to go about it.
It is not. Unfortunately, some of these people have vices, and that money goes directly to the vice. And the other thing, quite frankly, is many of the panhandlers are not needy. A lot of them are scammers. The large majority of them are scammers. You can speak to any police chief in the area, and they will tell you the same thing. You'll watch a van drive up, and people get out, and they go to different corners, and it's a scam. And so we have that to battle with as well. So, but the people that are truly needy, there are other agencies. There's a United Way in this area that does a great job in Volusia County. You could call 211 and they provide such assistance. They have such a great program. So we're trying to provide assistance in that manner to those that actually need it. The others, they're quite frankly, there's a lot of scammers out there, and they're taking our citizens for a couple dollars here and there. And so our message is, do not give directly to the panhandlers on the sidewalks. If the revenue stream, if you will, the donations, if that dries up, they're not going to stay here very long. They're going to go somewhere else where they can make some money. So that's our message, and that where we're going to approach it from that side of the equation is educating our public.
So you can still give, you can still help. It's just the manner in which you do it, and that will help us, curb the problem. Are you worried that as more cities in Volusia County, certainly Daytona being one of them, they're cracking down more and more on the panhandling issue? Are you concerned that we may see an overflow, folks in Port Orange, from that as that happens?
We are concerned about that, and it's a good question, because it's kind of like, I use the analogy, it's kind of like squeezing the balloon. Right, So you squeeze the balloon, it's going to come out somewhere else, and we feel that is starting to happen already, and we're starting to see it. So we want to be ahead of that, and we want to be very active in our community, educating our public. We're still gonna have consensual encounters, as we call them, with our panhandlers, and see if they need assistance, if we can offer them assistance. I personally just met with one this past Thursday and had a good conversation with him and explained where he can get assistance if he truly needs assistance, and provided that to him. He relayed to me that he actually has a condition brought on by excessive drinking, and he admitted to me that's where his money goes, is to alcohol. So again, it's just, we don't want to be given directly to that cause. It's probably the wrong cause. We're not opposed to our citizens giving and helping out. Just give to the right organizations.
Good information to know. Chief Grimaldi, we thank you so much for joining us this morning, and we will be back with more as we focus on the great city of Port Orange right here on the great voice of Volusia County. You're listening to the stations of WSBB Radio.